messaging me about dinner. There's a reason they call that song Psychobilly Freakout. There's a reason that song is extremely high level in the Guitar Hero games. It's really hard, it's really crazy. I didn't play that perfect, probably not even close, but I have transcribed it to extreme accuracy, I promise you that. I worked off the live at something from a live clip on YouTube. I'll put a link to that for the intro, because the intro is totally wild on that recording. So I watched him, the Reverend Horton, he himself play that. I also took cues from his video. He teaches the intro, so guys, go check that out. He plays it better than me. It's his damn song. Okay, but I have a few really exciting things to tell you before we get into the lesson. The Guitar Emporium. Guys, go check out the Guitar Emporium. They're a vintage guitar shop. They do servicing and repairs. They sell guitars all over the world. And of course, like I said, the servicing and repair. If you are local to Port Melbourne or anywhere in Victoria and you want some work done to your beloved hollow body guitar or any kind of guitar, vintage guitar, they're the guys to go to. They have a great reputation. So guys, check them out. Their link is below. Also check out my Patreon, of course. Crazy things are happening. I've set up this room to be a little bit more easy on your eyes. So there's a poster and a guitar, and you can see the amp now, which is kind of nice. There's new tiers on the Patreon, so you guys can check that out. It's going to give you more access. I'm going to have live Q&As where we can talk. You can tell me what you want to know, ask questions. That's the same thing. I just said the same thing twice. The Reverend Horton Jim Heath, his style of playing is quite wild. And there are times where I feel like he is throwing this hand up and down and he's moving this hand all over the place. And he makes it sound good. And I don't know how he does that. That blows my mind. So it was a lot of work for me to actually try and get a handle on his style, because it's a little bit like holding a deadly snake, holding a mongoose. I don't even know what a mongoose is. We don't have them here in Australia. We have lots of other deadly animals, but we don't have mongooses. One more thing, guys. Sorry, I know you're really keen to start the lesson. This is my album, Death Rides a Harley. You could win this album, a copy of it, sent to you wherever you are in the world, signed, if you sign up to the Patreon in July or August. Okay, so if you're on the fence, there's a little incentive. There's 36 members right now. If you join, there's a 1 in 37 chance of you winning that, which is pretty good odds. Okay. Also, you'll also go into a separate draw to win a free half-an-hour lesson with myself on anything that you want to learn. Anything. Well, anything I can teach you. But that'll cover a lot of ground, I hope. So, guys, check out the Patreon. See which tier's for you if that's what you want to do. And, yes, let's get on with the lesson. Reverend Horton Heat, Psychobilly Freakout. Let's go. Probably thinking, God, get on with it. Here we go. So, at the very beginning, we're picking the 6th string open, and my first finger's on the 1st fret of the 5th string, and that's how you're going to start. And what we're going to do, we're going to actually pick the 6th string, and we're going to pluck the 5th string, and we're going to pull off. Now, if you're popping that 4th string, what you could do is pull into that string so your finger lands on it. Then you won't get that annoying popping sound. Probably even when I played the intro I was doing it, it's very challenging. So there's your first 2 notes. Then we hammer that 3rd finger and we pick again. So I'm using my 2nd finger to pluck it, pull off, pick the 6th string there. Then I use my finger to pluck. So don't get right under the string, it's too hard. You just kind of want to be next to it. Pull upwards slightly. So we got, and then we hammer that too. So pick the 3, get that finger back out of the way, play the open 5th string, hammer the 2nd finger, hammer it down like that. So then using your 3rd finger, and we pluck it. So put our 3rd finger down on the 4th string, 2nd fret, get that 2nd finger down 1, or you could use your 3rd finger if you want. Alright, so use the 3rd finger here if you like, or you could probably get the 2nd finger down. I'd probably use the 3rd finger. I'm talking about my right hand right now. I'd probably just, because it just sits there, right? once we've plucked that, we pull that finger off, okay? Now, if you bump strings doing this, it doesn't matter. It's not a super clean piece of playing. No offense, Jim Heath. It's not meant to be offensive. It almost wouldn't be as cool if it was super slick. So hopefully that's taken as a compliment. So, alright. And that's how you would play it nice and clean, which he, you know, again, I've said it before, he does a better job than I do. So that's your first part, okay? Then, we're doing this. We're picking the 6th string. Oh, I meant to tell you, I almost forgot. As we pull off, we actually hit this again, so should have said that. Okay. That's hard. So you pick this, and then as you pull off, you pick that 6th string again. That is crazy tricky, guys. Crazy tricky. Let me play it one more time really slow. Alright, and then we pick the 6th string again as we pluck the 3rd string, 3rd fret with our hybrid picking finger, 2nd finger here. Or you might like to use your 3rd finger if that's more comfortable, but I'd probably just use the 2nd. Pick those together. That's a B flat there I'm holding, and I'm hitting the E string. Pull off. Hit the 6th string. Pluck the 3rd string on the 2nd fret. Then pull it off and hit the 6th string again. So, actually, don't pull it off, pluck it. Pluck it with the 2nd finger. My bad. Let me just play that 2nd bar. Alright, so that's the 2nd bar. I'll play the 1st bar and 2nd bar at a medium speed. So alright, one more time, a little quicker. Oh, sorry. Oh, so it's very difficult to play. Alright, so I paused on that 2nd bar there that time around because it actually plays it differently when it loops around, and my muscle memory really wanted to do that. So let me explain what happens here. You've played this bit. Alright, we do it again, the initial bar. Alright, and then what we do is instead of doing we don't play that the 2nd time. We do the 6th string open, the 3rd fret and 3rd fret on the middle 2 strings, like that, and we pull them both off. So you might even use 2 fingers. So hit the 6th string and pluck those 2. So that whole line. Now you can watch Jim Heath teach that, and even as am I after studying it and transcribing it, it feels difficult to play the same way twice. And when you listen to that initial recording, there's kind of a few things happening. Then when you watch him teach it and when you watch him play it live on KEXP, it's sort of like he's maybe got a rough idea how he wants to be playing it, but it doesn't come out the same every time. So again, very, very challenging to teach. And I think when I watched through him teaching that, you could see him just kind of wanting to do different things each time and trying to pin down one way that he does it. It's very challenging. So one of the beauties of this particular intro and this style is if you can learn it as close as possible and then rip into it, the irony is if it's not perfect, it's almost going to sound more like his style. I know it can be a little bit convoluted the way I'm explaining that, but it is these intricacies that give me the insight, I think, to sort of get as close as possible. So anyway, we're going to keep moving. That's the intro there. You can go watch Jim Heath teach it. He does teach that. I'm moving right along now because we want to get into the stuff that no one's been teaching. So after we do, we repeat. And then we're into the E minor chord like this. So it's just an E minor chord, second finger there, third finger there. 6th string, 5th string, 4th string, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. 6th string and these three are all open. Okay, so E minor chord. We're going 1, 2, 3. What a hang on. So you've sort of got to play it fast sometimes to think about what you're actually doing here. So we hit the 6th string and 5th string together, then we sort of strum right across. So we go, and see I put the pinky down there on the 3rd fret, and I just strum maybe the 6th, 5th, and 4th string, and that's how I've tabbed it out. Okay, so once we've done that, the next bar goes like this. Then we repeat that first bar. Okay, so it's after the 3rd time we do this run here, and it comes in kind of at the end of the bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. All right, and what those notes are, it's 2nd fret. Well, we come off. It's difficult to explain because we come off that rhythm. He's just thrown it in wildly. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 3, 2. We stay on 2, hit it twice. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Sorry, I left out the fret, so it's 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3. Open 5th, 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret twice. 5, 5, slide to 8. All right, and that happens at blinding pace. And the reason I went over the up-down picking before is it's vital. If you don't use that down-up picking, it's going to be literally impossible to play. Okay, and you see the rev, that hand's working really, really hard. But I'll tell you what, if he was doing all downstrokes, you'd lose an arm trying to do that. So. Alright, from here we get into this section where it's this crazy rhythm with licks thrown in, and it's pretty hairy. So the rhythm here changes slightly. He goes down, down, up, down. So we go. So after we go, we do that down, down, up, down, and we get. So that's all on E minor. So I'll do that one more time. The context is so important here. Alright, so you do that rhythm just once, and then you do this. So it goes. Alright, now what he's actually playing there, he's playing the 5th string, 4th string, and 3rd string. Open on the 5th string, 3rd fret on the 4th string, 3rd fret on the 3rd string, okay? So, now you could pretty much just pull that off. Pull it off, then play 2nd fret there and 2nd fret there. And he's really going ahead of the beat there, sort of. Actually, you could think of the pull-off as being a bit late on the beat, like. And then you finish by just picking the 4th and 3rd string open. So. Sorry. Alright, so that's that passage. You can see it's like trying to slow down the process of catching lightning in a bottle. Very wild. So the first time we've changed that rhythm, we get that. We get this little. And that is, I'm pretty sure that one's off the KEXP. And that's not too hard, that one. So we do the rhythm. So we strum the 3rd and 2nd string. And then we pick up on the 2, and then put your 3rd finger down on the 3 and hit the 3rd string and 2nd string together. So you get that. Then play the open 2nd and 3rd string. Okay, so regardless of what version that's off, that sounds like this. Okay. That's not too hard. We continue. Same lick as before. This next one's a little wild. This is on the album, and he actually reproduces this live. This is. So that looks like this. Oh, I love that lick. That's a cool one. So at that point, you've repeated the same thing. Then we get 8 and 6. We double pick here. Both strings we go down, up, slide it back 1. We've got 7 and 5 now. This is on the 1st and 2nd string. So go back 2 more. Up to, so back to the 5 and 7. Up to 8 and 6. Back to 7 and 5. Then you can slide I'll probably slide your 1st finger up to there. Up to the 15. So that there, a little slower. Stuffed it up. Okay, again, like trying to do it. It's easier, it's kind of easier. It almost gets harder as you try and break it down. It's crazily difficult, but we're getting there, and I hope you're getting there. So, we do this rhythm again. And then I've got this lick. So it's open, 2nd and 1st string. Bend the 2nd fret on the 2nd string and hit both strings again, so still 1st string open. Hit the 1st string open. 3rd fret, 2nd string. Open 1st and 2nd. 3rd fret on the 3rd string, 2nd string open. 2nd fret, keep the 2nd string open, hit them both. Lift both fingers, hit both strings. Okay. I'll try that again. Here we go. So it's like this. Alright, so I'm trying to now speed into it to show you've got the bits you recognise, and then we work on the bit you may not recognise. So what have we got so far as we get past that intro? So we've got... just scroll down a little bit, and then we've got this again. Okay. And then we've got this again. So familiar bit, this is the new bit, double picking 3, and this is the psychobilly scale I've talked about, guys. This is another kind of place where I saw it and decided to coin it. So we've got from the 1st string 3 3 2 2 0 0. We're on to the 2nd string now. 3 3 0 0 3 3 3 now on the 3rd string. 2 2 on the 3rd string. Open open. And now we get into and this is one of my favourite bits. This is probably a little more my specialty, the hybrid picking, Travis picking stuff. You know, I've got other videos on this, right back to Rockabilly and Travis picking. It's like an introduction lesson. I'm stuttering like a fool. But that one's had, I think, 100 maybe 200,000 views now. So go check that one out if you want a little background in Travis picking. but staying on the point here. So hit the 6th string open, and then we play the 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string, 1st finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string. And this is all you need to do. You don't have to fret a particularly complex chord for this, but it's more the right hand taking care of business here. So we pick the 6th string open, then we play the 5th string, and I'm actually... Okay, so in the tab, I've got it notated that we're hitting the 3rd, we're plucking the 3rd string, the 2nd string, and the 1st string. But I don't think you really necessarily have to go that far. I'm pretty sure that is what he's playing. If I've put it there at the time, I was really listening close. So it's probably correct, but I would almost be inclined to say, hit your 6th string, then make sure you pluck the 5th string and the 2nd string at a minimum. Okay, so pick the 6th string, pick the 5th string and the 2nd string while holding that note there. If you want to, incorporate these other notes, you can actually pluck the 2nd string, the 3rd string, and the 1st string. Get this. Alright, but it's up to you. I like it kind of clean like this. No problem with that. So that's 1, 2, 3, and we pluck that 3rd string, and then you pluck the 5th string again. Alright, so that's not too difficult. I mean, it sounds crazy when it's quick, but then we pick the 7 and the 5 and we slide up to the 10 and the 8. So so 1, 2, 3, once we're up there, you pluck the 3rd string again, pluck the 2nd string, probably with the 3rd finger now, and then thumb or picks the 5th string. So what does that look like? There's your first 2 bars of that part. We come back, we repeat that first bar. We do the same pattern more or less, but we slide up to the 12 and 10 now. So, let me try that again. Okay, exactly the same as the the 2nd bar. Same thing again for the 3rd time around, but right up to there. Oh, that actually, so just a warning in the tab, there's a 4 written here, but the note's actually, it should be the open. I'm not sure what's happened. I don't know, maybe I made a mistake, but you literally just do the same right hand pattern this time, but you're right up here now. So. Just like that, exactly what you applied here and here, you do here. So, okay. So I'm plucking that, this, exactly the same as I explained in the other bars, and then from here, you've kind of got through the hardest part, at least of that whole intro, and you're just doing a big fat E major chord. Just like that. 12, 14, 14, 13, 12, 12. I think I noticed that he probably doesn't play this note with my pinky. That's out of the way. It's probably, the guitar's a bit small for his hands there. So what you do is you just lean that 3rd finger slightly, and you get a blocked note there, and then you can actually tell when it's here, that note's kind of missing from the chord. Believe it or not, I can hear that, but it makes a difference. So now we're at the chorus, to talk about the chorus. Okay, so what happens now? It's not too difficult. It's just kind of strenuous more than anything. So what we're doing, we're holding that chord I mentioned at E, where we don't need that finger. Bring it back to the 8th fret. Strum right across. Come up 2 frets. And that's actually what's happening here. He's just strumming, strumming, strumming. Whether you do all down or down up, it's up to you. That's challenging. Also challenging, but up to you. So it's a C chord and a D chord. And he just does that for a while. I shouldn't say for a while. We should actually work that out. So it's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Alright, so after what was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars on the 7th bar, you're going to land on the 7th fret playing the same chord, go up to the 8th fret playing a C, back to the B, A, back to the B, A, G, then let me just make sure I played that right. Alright, so it's all the same shape. That's the good news, because if you were changing shape there, that would be a little bit of a nightmare, I think. That'd be hard work. So, again, I'm earning my YouTube views with this one, I hope. It's quite challenging. Now, we are up to the guitar solo, and I highly contemplated doing this as a separate video, and I may still split it up just to put on YouTube as a separate thing, in case people have learnt all those other parts. But you know what? Honestly, the solo was almost easier to transcribe than all those wild bits in the intro, including the intro. So we're nearly at the half hour mark now, well and truly. We're about to get into the solo, and yeah, not sure what I'm talking about now. Let's just do it. So hit the 6th string open. And then we play the 2nd fret and the 3rd fret like that. So 6th string open, hit the 6th string again, play these notes again, and then we do it 3 times. So then we do 3-0, then 3-0 on the 2nd string, then 2-0 on the 1st, 3-0, 2 on the 2nd string, 0, 1st string open, and what you do is you hit that open, play the 3 here, slide up, and hit that 1st string open again. Okay, that happened quick, didn't it? Let me do that for you nice and slow. I hammered on. I did pull-offs for that bar, and I believe that's actually. I know live, watching the live one, that's what he was doing. Let's have a listen. Let's compare. So, yeah, let's go with pull-offs for that. I haven't actually got pull-offs there in the tabs, but I reckon you'll definitely have a much easier time doing them as pull-offs. So, try that again. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay, so one of the challenges in that line, the end of that section, he actually really takes his time with that. It took me a lot to start hearing that. See that? So I walked you through that really slow the first time, and now I'm kind of sort of playing through it bit by bit. And I know that can be really frustrating, but I suggest going back and just going through that walkthrough, then having another listen to that. Let's do it one more time. All right, I'm happy with that. From here, so next bar, 5-0-5-0. Can't get any easier than that. It is just really fast in this song. So we pick the 2nd string 5, play the 1st string O, 2nd string 5, 1st string O. So then we hit the 8th fret, and we're still hitting that open. So but together this time. Then we hit the open again. Then the open straight up the 11 on the first string. We actually hold that 11. Then we hit the 10 and the open together. So that's... Now, I actually started to find hybrid picking that was kind of fun. So, the first bar, pick, finger, pick through, finger, pick on the 11 on the second string, finger, and then push through. Oh, we're on 10% battery, folks. I better fly through this. Okay, so then the next bar after those two bars, so I'll take you up to that point. Oh. No, I'm doing that wrong. Let me try that again. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah, that one there. Then we're doing the same thing, but it's a slightly different rhythm this time. Now at this point, you're doing... I would probably just strum that there. Down. Okay, so the whole line there. Now, you'll notice I went to the 5 at the very end of that bar, and I've got that notated on the final 16th note of the bar, 40 and up, right? The reason I've done that, this bit is wild. This is the most challenging wild bit of the whole solo. Again, this is what I'm talking about, where it's like he's throwing his hands at the idea and whatever's coming out is coming out. So, what I've done, you rush a little bit at the end of that bar, so it's that... You got to get there so you can start this leak. Okay. Yeah, I know. It looks wild. Man, when I transcribed this, I was like, how the heck am I even going to... How am I going to transcribe this? But let me play it in a kind of a smoother fashion. Imagine it's falling into that beat at the end of that bar, so... Okay. So what we do is we pick the 5, kind of strum it, right? Because he actually hits the 3rd string. It sounds unintentional, but it sounds really good. So we hit the 3rd string. We're doing this. So we're playing 3rd string, 2nd string, 1st string. But what we'll do, let's have the first finger there already. On the tab, I've got that open, and it is, very briefly, like a hammer on after the fact, but you might find it easier, keep it down, and let's do it this way. Let's come off that. So let me play that bar leading in. Okay. So we're going to come down. Alright, and then we do the same thing, but we put our pinky down. And what you do, you've actually got to hit the string on the way up as well. So we're going... up, down. So I'm playing 5 here, 3 here, and I'm picking down on the 5. Down on the 0 on the 5. Down on the 1st string, and I'm pulling off. As I come up, I hit the O, and then I repeat the same thing, but I do it with the pinky there. So we're going. So imagine that kind of idea. We've got this kind of scraping kind of... Okay. And we're going... So 0 in the 5, 3 on the 1st string, pull off, flick the 1st string up, repeat the process but with the pinky on the 6, pull off, up, then on the... We do the same thing but we put our pinky on the 5th fret. We do one more with the 1st finger on the 3. So you can see how that becomes carnage very quickly. shot that a little, but you can see that bar, it's just a little flash of lightning right there, where he just starts going wild, and that's kind of the way I would train myself to do that, is I would practice coming off that. Yeah, okay, cool. Let me just play that one more time. Sorry, wrong section. That last one, that's exactly how it should be played, more or less, as close as I can certainly get it. All I do after you've passed, it's because it's like a hard level past that bar. Slide up to the 11. And you can sort of hit both strings at once. But again, it's that same kind of raked motion. You can sort of hear if I sweep into those two strings and come up, you get this, and that's what's going on there, guys. I know, I feel to some degree like it's very difficult to explain that clearly. And everyone's been very generous with all of my tutorials. I haven't copped any flack or anything, but I feel like if I was going to cop to explain something well, you've really got to know it yourself. Well, I think this is as close as anyone's certainly got. But yeah, anyway, I hope it's good enough. I hope you're getting something out of that. So, alright, that's going to get you in the ballpark, and it's pretty cool. From here, let's keep moving because I'm just rambling now. We've got the 7th fret, 8th fret. So we've got 8 and 7, 1 and 2 and, slide up to 12 and 10, 1 and 2 and, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, it just stays there. It just stays there for a whole bar. Then we come up to here, we've got 12, we've got these double stops. So this goes 12 and 12, add the 15, try and keep that 12 flowing. So we just repeat that twice. Then up at here, 12, 15, 15, 12, 12, 15, 12, 12, 15, 14, 12, 14, 12, 14. So you stay on that 14. Okay, and so that whole section, let's be brave here. Oh yeah, I'm pretty happy with that because it's hard to do slow. From there, we launch into this is the end of the solo. So we're nearly there, guys. Believe it or not, we're actually nearly there. I'm more talking to myself now because it's mentally hard work. So from here we're at the 12th fret. After you come off those 14s, so do a double pick on that 12. Put the 3rd finger on the 15. But as you do it, you've got to bring this guy in 3rd finger. Trust me, this one needs to be the 3rd finger. There's no real way around it. So we go 12, 12, pick the 15 and play the 1st string open. And then pick the 3rd string. So we got pick the 2nd string with the 2nd finger and pick the 3rd string again. So the first bar of this section, pinky on the 15 and use your 3rd finger. Then pick the 3rd string and 2nd and then 3rd again. And I did the 2nd finger with that. I did the 2nd string with that finger. So 3rd, thumb, 2nd, thumb. I also call it the root finger. Like the kids always know what you're talking about when you say that. Pick, root finger, pick, 3rd, pick. And it's quicker, so. Alright. We've got 2 bars. 2 bars to go that are difficult. The rest will kind of make sense for easier. We pick the 3rd string, 1, double 12s. Then we do 3rd, 2nd, 3rd. So 1, 2, 3, and 3. Then we pick the third string and first string while bending that third string on the 14. Alright, so that whole line, that whole 4 bars. Okay, I didn't like the way I played the third bar there. One more time. Yeah, so bar 3 in that passage, so that's wrong finger. Here, I would actually hybrid pick both the notes here. I'd go 15, 12. Pick, then, yeah. So. And then we're going. I didn't do this on the recording, I just realised a bit before. He does 15, 15. Okay, so that's easy enough. Use your pinky, 15, 15. Then we're going 14, 12. That's on the 5th string. Okay, that's easy. It's just pentatonic scale. If you've gotten through that, that's going to be a breeze for you. Then we're back here. Back to the chorus. Whew. Back to the... Alright, guys. So, from here, it's into the... all those noisy effects. Now, I don't know what he's doing there. I have no idea. That one's on you guys. I can't really help you with that one. I think if you've got a delay machine, or if and you've got a loud amp in the hollow body and you want to make some squealing noises and whatever, it's almost like abstract art, that section. I can't possibly tell you what to do there. You can work that out. But there is one more section. I haven't even listened to that bit, to be honest, to transcribe it. I'm pretty sure I know it. Quiet. YouTube never ever knows what to advertise to me because it's just gets confused, I think. Alright. Just had a quick listen to that last bit again. 0, 3, 2. 0, 3, 0. 0, 3, 0. 3, 0, 2. Okay. That's probably one of the most fun bits to play, maybe because it's not crazily challenging. So guys, the rest of the song, as far as I remember, he goes back into the chorus. You know what, I'm going to just move that camera back for my little outro, as I like to do. So guys, the rest of the song, they're all the hard parts there. There may be some more little ad-lib licks and stuff, but you should have the tools to do a really damn good rendition of that song start to finish. Pretty sure it's just basically gets into a bit of a verse and another chorus and that's it. So, let me know what you think. Check out the Patreon. The tabs may come in very, very handy. I would not have been able to do this lesson if I hadn't transcribed it. Probably would have helped if I transcribed it at the time, did the lesson at the time of transcribing, but I kind of transcribed it, put it away for a little bit, because I thought as a lesson that's going to be really complicated, and it has been. So let me know what you think, guys, and check out the Patreon. What other songs would you like me to do? Maybe some suggestions. Yeah, but thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think. Like, share the video. Let other people see this. It's that God level video from Guitar. It's that God level. Oh man, I can't even think straight now. This thing has totally chewed up my brain power. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.